it's by the way, mic check. 1 2 1 2 mic check. Hopefully this is working. Okay, camera's up there. Hi everyone. Hello. Okay, I have my Eurovision notes and I'm so excited to talk about it. But before I do, I'm just going to wait for others to come on here so we could talk about Eurovision and hang out and stuff. Um, is this too just, I just thought it was cute. And I was like, oh, I'm going to put this in. But yeah, let me know. Okay. See, oh my gosh, I'm like, MJ, I can't believe you're in the UK and it's like 1 in the morning there. Like, good for you. That's crazy though. But thank you so much for being here and thanks for everyone for hanging out and stuff. So yeah, hopefully that's not too distracting. I'm not gonna lie, I out of nowhere, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go do this. And then I just got nervous and I was like, what the heck? Um, and yeah, I hope that you're all having a wonderful day. I just went and worked out, and then I don't, when you're like, you just got to get it done, you got to get it done. So yeah, anyways, I was like, here's my lights set up here. Wait, so then I looked not too, I don't know why this is so romantic. Okay, but also, do we like purple? We also got blue. Oh my gosh, like how pretty. Are you kidding me? Are you, wait, that's it? But it had a great, okay, so it's quiet. Hopefully it's not the mic a day. Oh, you've heard. Oh my gosh, I know. Isn't the blue amazing? Okay, so you heard about Eurovision, but nothing much after that. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. What if I'm like, oh, I'm going to say it. Green has never been my color. Never. Okay. What else? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh no, you sound loud close. I shouldn't have done that. You know what it is? It's because I'm in a public room and anyone can walk in at any time. And so I don't know what the sound is versus if I'm editing, right? Then I'm like, I could put the sound whatever. And by the way, usually the sound that you get is because my daughter is taking a nap. So I'm literally in my living room being like, all right, can we talk about Jennifer Lopez? Like, such a creep. Uh, okay, that's cute. Yellow, joy, yay. Oh. Okay, so keep the mic. I'm like, you're a gem. Thank you so much for the note because it's helpful. Because what's helpful for me ends up helping you guys out, which is wonderful. All right, so I think we're ready. Are we ready to talk about Eurovision? I know I am. Okay, should I change the color back? I like blue. What can I say? Blue's my color. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have here Eurovision notes, and I'm ready to talk about it. Am I a Eurovision like connoisseur? Alarm went off to let me know to come on here and talk. Hopefully that didn't mess up the mic. You'll let me know. Anyways, am I a Eurovision connoisseur? The answer is no. Am I a newbie? Yes. But do I know musical theater? Heck yeah. So I am here because of my husband. Let's be real. My husband is from London. And so when he told me, if you saw my episode about Eurovision, that was exactly what happened. He was like, I think you would like Eurovision. Paddington in Eurovision when? Oh, okay, wait, you're gonna distract me, okay? And the fact that I want to wear this jacket more often, but ever since we talked about Paddington and I put on that red hat, I was like, oh no, now I'm forever going to be Paddington, which that's not a bad thing. So, anyways, my husband was the one that introduced me to Eurovision. I recommend looking at my episode talking about Eurovision, the movie. I love it. And I think it's a great way to have someone come in to Eurovision to be like, what is it? And stuff, because that's how he got me. But yeah, light looks great. Oh. Okay, mic is good. Paddington. Oh my gosh. Now listen, I feel like I'm getting closer to the UK like all the time where it's going to happen, okay? Let's see. Okay, so I guess okay, I just learned that Eurovision bingo was a thing. And next year, I hope I remember it because I want to play Eurovision bingo. That sounds like a delight. Instead, what my husband does when he introduces Eurovision, he actually has us come in and judge, and we have a point system and everything. So not only do I have a point system, I also have a couple a couple notes. So for me, I felt like, okay, I am like American Idol, but Eurovision, pretty much, where I'm like, it's not for me, dog, or I don't know what I'm going with that. So, by the way, if you're enjoying this, please don't forget to hit the like button and all of that jazz. You could take the girl out of musical theater, but you can't take the musical theater out of the girl. Okay, so let's begin. We are starting with Norway. And for Norway, I don't remember much. I feel like, okay, it's only going to help this way. You're either going to tell me what I think of a country and I'll go to it. Otherwise, I'm just going to write the ones with notes just to save time. I will, okay, so we're going to go to Luxembourg. By the way, I don't know my geography. I am American. Okay. So Luxembourg, I thought that was really cute because, okay, she had a dollhouse kind of thing and then she started on the floor. So to me, I was like, that was really cool. I was interested. And just a heads up, the sheet. Okay, so this sheet this is how we were judging. Okay, and I took it seriously. And it was like boppability, gives me all the feels, outfits be snatched, flawless performance. Now, boppability to me is like if my head is bopping, you're going to get some points. But if it's a ballad and I'm swaying, to me that's boppability and stuff because there were some ballads that I was like, this is beautiful, and I rated high on the boppability, but it's not necessarily something I'd be like, yo, yo, yo. Okay, so, oh my gosh, I just saw you have to play Eurovision games. I know, I know. I feel like I should host them. I should just be like, all right, everyone, let's go live. We're playing Eurovision in the background. Let's play bingo. And then I want to know who won. Oh, okay. So that to me, out of 40 points, the one with the dollhouse and like she's on the floor, I thought it was so good in the beginning. And then it kind of just went near the end. So out of 40 points, she got 22 points. To me, if you're performing, it's like if you're going to go full out, you can't just be like, wow, I did a great job in the beginning. If anything, do a great job at the end of your performance if you really had to pick where to, right? Because it's like, I do think in a weird way when you're performing, it's like, it's not how you start, it's how you end it. And I'm like, okay, fine, you could get away with that. But to me, the goal is to give a full, like, through it, give me a journey. That's what I want. I want a don't stop believing moment. Okay. So yeah. Oh, and I wrote, okay, my notes on her was like, oh, a costume change. That was something that I was like, oh, that's new that I didn't notice before. And then, okay, I'm sorry. I'm just making sure I'm looking at, oh my gosh, guys, this is like, I don't know. In my head, I'm like, am I doing better at live? Whatever. Okay, so never mind. I just jinxed myself because I totally forgot what I was even saying. Okay. Oh, costume changes. So that was something I thought was new. And keep in mind, I've only started watching Eurovision since 2020. Okay. So that was something I noticed through this. I was like, these people have been watching RuPaul's Drag Race. They have been watching drag because it was like, and a reveal. And I live for it. I love it. But then I'm like, you guys need to study a reveal because I forgot which performance it was. It's probably one that I did not write notes. The reveal happened like at the last second of the song. And I was like, you gave us no time to enjoy your outfit. It didn't make sense of when the reveal happened. It was like, what the, why? It made me question it more. Okay, so let's move on to all I did for Estonia. Oh, Darlings, please don't hate me on this. Any classic Eurovision performances? I haven't watched any classics. Maybe ABBA, but only because didn't Eurovision do a tribute? But then it was like the people that came on to sing ABBA songs, it was like a cover song. Like they were paying tribute. And of course you like are like, can ABBA come back together to come and perform? But they're not performing, so that doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, I'm high maintenance, but I get it. They were just trying to do a nice tribute, and I that's the only like sneak peeks I saw as far as like the older performers. Okay, so guys, espresso macchiato. First off, great title, but at the same time, I'm like Sabrina Carpenter, kind of, was like espresso. And so then it felt like this guy's like, I could one up her. I'm going to say espresso macchiato, which I'm like, it is catchy. So it's like, okay, fine, fine. We'll see how it goes. And he had a look like he had the dirty Sanchez. Am I allowed to say that? I'm so sorry. Like he had a look. And then I think something that's great is that people who are fans of him were also putting on the look. So I was like, all right, like he's doing something. And I did not like the performance at all. I thought it was so disappointing. Like, because I think, okay, like there was a moment where he did this weird like dance move with his legs. And I was like, I'm actually quite mesmerized by this. And there was one security guard dancer behind him that I thought was stealing the show. Like I was like, this guy's amazing. But and also I got mad at my husband during the song because part of the blocking was someone runs on like a crazed fan and the security guard grabs her and my husband thought it was real and he laughed so loud and we were in our theater room and so our daughter was there and she was taking a nap and so he laughed so loud that I was like, you're gonna wake her up. So if luckily she slept through, but if she woke up I probably would have given less like points to Mr. Macchiato. Okay, yeah, it was just kind of like, I don't know. It was like, to me, Weird Al, yes, he's gimmicky, but he's so talented. And I just like, the thing is like how he looks is not a gimmick. It's like, no, I really need to fix this clock thing. Dang it. I hate that I put on a clock so I can like be here on time. And now I'm just going to have to deal with an alarm. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. How do I fix it? Can I cut? Hopefully this works. Okay, okay, okay. Fair enough. The fan rushing on stage. I mean, it did look legit. Hence, my husband was freaking out, laughing, thinking like, "Oh, um, listen." I was just more like, "You're gonna wake up our daughter," and I was getting so upset. So, okay. The point is that Weird Al to me has um, the look because that is what he looks like. He does have curly hair. Like he does have that mustache. Like that's probably how he looked growing up. Like he's like 3 years old and he has that look. Anyways, okay, we got to move on. We got to move on. By the way, you are more than welcome to tell me your thoughts about each group. So that was Espresso Macchiato. How many points out of 40? Tommy Cash, wow, only got 8 points. Out of 40. Oh my gosh, I was an absolute hater. I was a hater. I'm so sorry. But you know what? I wish them well. That's just how I started. Um, it just wasn't it for me. I'm sorry. Okay, moving on. Oh my gosh. Okay, my heart. It stopped just now. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's talk about Israel. This song is New Day Will Rise. Stunning, beautiful. So this is what I mean about bopability, right? Because this was like a gorgeous ballad. Oh, and her voice, it was just so rich. And I love a lower, why am I shimmying so much? I love a lower, I love a lower register. And I was like, I loved her outfit and the crystallized staircase. I want that. I want that so bad. And the with the It was so good. I loved it. I honestly I felt like oh, wait, no. By the way, at the end of the judging points, people were feeling it too. Like, honestly, if people were giving more points to Israel, which I have a feeling I know why they weren't, like, the countries weren't necessarily giving points to Israel, I think Israel would have won for sure. Like, she was just so. Oh, by the way, oh my gosh. Sorry, this is wild. If someone can look this up for me to make sure, but there was we had friends over to watch Eurovision, and he looked her up, and he said that she was one of the survivors on October 7th, and I was just like, so then the lyric she was singing was making me like, whoa. I just thought that that performance was so impactful, and I think that was such a great demonstration on how um, you you don't need a lot to make an impact. You don't need crazy costumes. You don't need like crazy visuals and sets. Like do things that are impactful. It kind of made me think of, oh, I see. I see. Oh, okay. So people felt like they got it, got it, got it. And I think that also is why a lot of like point system, like the other countries were not voting for them. So it was like, okay. But nonetheless, she was great. The best way I can describe it is that she was making me think of like Adele. She doesn't have a voice like Adele, but it was more like Adele is so good that she doesn't need much. You are going for her voice. When she goes and she had her residency in, I believe, Vegas, it wasn't like she had backup dancers or anything. Like, think of all the videos that were viral of her just walking around singing her song and then like saying hello to people or crying with people. Or there was one video I was like, stop it. Like, wow, what a good memory, I guess, where she recognized the doctor that helped her give birth. And I was like in the middle of her song. I was like, Adele, amazing. Okay, so yeah, I just wrote for this performance Adele vibes, classy, crystal spiral staircase and stuff. So, and then let's see, she got 30 points out of 40. I know I am a harsh critic. Okay, am I a harsh critic? No, I'm an honest critic. Thank you. Okay, so let's see, what else did I write about? Oh, I'm about to get upset. Wow. I love that this is pretty much going to be me getting upset. Guys, we're talking about Spain. Yes, we are. So the song for Spain was Esa Diva. Sorry if I'm like butchering that. So, and then her name is Melody. I was like, she is meant to do this. Like there are performers out there where it's like they dress up, but then it feels like a costume. Like it doesn't fit them, okay? Like for okay, here's a good example of someone that's like it's not a costume, it's just them and we accept it. Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga with her fashion, her choices and her moods that she goes in, it's just like we accept it because we're like, that is her. Now, if Beyonce tried to dress up as Lady Gaga, we're like, that's not you. That doesn't really fit you. Just like it wouldn't really fit if Lady Gaga tried to be a Beyonce. So, Melody, oh, and I was so mad at the judging at the end because she didn't get a lot of points. And I was like, she was amazing. Like, she, was very dressed up like a pop star, but I believed it. I was like, she's a star, and I don't want her to give up. I want her to keep going because I was like, you were so good. Okay, how many points did I mean? I think it was it was one of my top 3. It was one of my top 3, okay? And it was 33 points. I think that's the highest I went as far as scoring. 33 points was the highest. Someone else tied, but we will get to that. So, okay. So, what did I write as far as notes? I put meant to do this star quality. I thought Spain was so good. But I can understand if people are like, okay, it's another girl in a leotard with extensions, whoop-de-doo. And I was like, no, like that stage presence, that like bringing in I thought it was so good. Okay, moving on. Okay, we're gonna go to Ukraine. This is Bird of Prey. And I wrote I wrote here if Sabrina Carpenter and Harry Styles had a baby. And there was one cool moment in the performance where everything blacked out and then they came back in. But did anyone else find that the filter was distracting? Like it gave me season one of RuPaul's Eurovision is just RuPaul's Drag Race to me. But I just felt like the filter wasn't it. And this is what I mean, where I'm like, oh, they're wearing costumes versus wearing something I believe that, like, it's almost as if they were like, we need a look. We need a look. And I get it because listen, I've been trying to find a look. And I think wearing blue and a red lip is my look. And I'm happy with that. If you guys have been following me, you get a look at my old videos, by the way, because I was like, I need a look. And I had these like cat eye glasses, which I loved. I loved. And then everyone kept making fun of me because I took out the I took out the lenses because I was like, oh, I didn't want like the spotlight to flash on it. And then everyone was calling me out because they were like, those are fake. And I was like, duh. And then I finally, I don't know, I got bullied enough that I was like, I don't need people to pick on me. Those glasses were so cool. I need them to be like shades or something. They're so beautiful, I think. Okay, so yeah, Bird of Prey. How many points? Let me see. Um, oh my gosh, why am I lost? 17 points. There we go. But yeah, thank you. I missed the glasses too. Okay, moving on. By the way, please don't forget to like the video if you are enjoying this. Also, it lets me know that we enjoy live videos. So then it makes me think like, should we do more live videos and talk about musicals and performances and things like that? Okay, so yeah. Okay, moving on. Okay, here we go. United Kingdom. Now, as you know, my husband, United Kingdom. So he actually was like, can you watch the music video? And I was like, no, because I'm such a diva. I'm like, no, I need to see all of these raw and like whatever. And oh, thank you for loving the lives. So, and then he was like, listen, they're not going to win. They usually don't win, right? Because there was this season where it was like Spaceman won second place, and we were like, it's happening. So I was like, you never know. You never know. So, okay. So the song was What the Hell Just Happened? And their name is Remember Monday. Out of all the days, why Monday? No one wants to remember. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm turning into these girls' manager. I'm like, nobody wants to remember Monday. It's like if you said remember Wednesday, it's like, what happened? What I'd be intrigued by that. Oh my gosh, I totally called him Nick Carter too. It was like, oh, okay. Oh my gosh, which one? Did I skip it? You're right, I totally skipped it because I wrote no notes. And okay, that was Lithuania. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. Okay, sorry, we'll go back to the United Kingdom. See, remember Monday? We're over it already. But I do have things to say about the costumes. Okay, so, okay, okay. Yeah, it was okay. Number five, out of 40 points, I gave them 3 points. I was not, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. You know why? It was because it was right after Israel, and I was like, she's amazing. Wow, oh my gosh. And then they went, and I was like, in comparison to that, that's probably why it was so low. I put one for boppability because I was not moved. Gave me no feels because I felt all the feels for the song before. And then the outfit, I was like, because it was like Nick Carter called, he wants his look back. And the fact that you said the same thing, great minds. Or it makes you realize like you're not, it's hard, right? Because it's like you want to be original and you want to be authentic, but then sometimes it's like you also want to grab attention because there's so many talented people out there. So then they're like, well, they're so talented. What do I have or what can I do and stuff? Like Sabrina Carpenter, she didn't just like pop and all of a sudden she's like, I'm a star now. It's like, no, she was on Disney Channel and like she had she didn't have her look. But then when she finally realized like what her thing was, it's like, how do I say this? It's like you need to learn and understand how to brand you, like yourself, not become a different brand. I don't know if that made sense. I hope it did. Um, but okay. And by the way, I am skipping countries. So again, if you're like, can you please talk about this country? Let me know and I'll see if I remember because I might have to look up pictures. Back to the United Kingdom because clearly you guys are so excited. So I'll get into it. So I felt the song was just confusing because the rhythm kept changing. And near the end of the song, when the what the hell just happened was faster, I was like, that sounds really good. If you had slow verses and then got into what the hell just happened and then you kept that momentum going, so then like I thought that would have been better. Um, and okay, their outfits. You know I love Disney. So I was looking at them and I was like, oh my gosh, they are literally the Disney princesses. One was Belle, one was Cinderella, and the other one was Sleeping Beauty. And I was like, even their hair color goes because, yes, Cinderella was supposed to be a strawberry blonde. And then over time, they just made her blonder and blonder. But she's actually a strawberry blonde if you look at the original. Hopefully, you can find artwork. Look at the original artwork. Oh my gosh, Teresa, thank you so much. Hello, California Queen. Oh my gosh, I do think, okay, what did you think was the missed opportunity as far as the staging? I did love the chandelier. I am seeing jokes about it because they're like, oh, Phantom of the Opera. It's like, ah, man, see, if I can love a crystallized spiral staircase, I can love a crashed chandelier. And I think it did go with their song. It just kind of was like, you know, whatever. But they dressed like Disney princesses, and I couldn't see past that. I will say the reddish hair one, the one that I was like, oh, she's Cinderella coded. They do you guys know what Disney Bound is? To sum it up, Disney Bound was created because you cannot dress up as the characters when you go to the park because they don't want to confuse the children. Also, they don't want someone coming in and then it messes up the integrity of Disneyland. If people were like, "Wow, this person sucks," like Ariel, what a bee. Like that would be crazy. Okay, so Disney Bound then turned into you're dressing like the character in regular people clothes, right? So right now, oh my gosh, like remember, I this isn't Disney Bound Paddington, but remember I was like, oh my gosh, I'm bounding as Paddington when I had the red hat, right? I'm not dressing literally in a costume as Paddington, but I had the essentials to be like, wow. So their costumes were I did think it was beautiful. The only one was the one that looked like Cinderella. I didn't like the pants. I liked the idea of all of them being in a dress and having their own skirt silhouette. Because see, this is what I enjoy. I love when it makes me think of Spice Girls, where it's like they are all individuals, but somehow it's cohesive and it works. And I think for them, it was like, oh, it was to me, it was so close where I was like, it's gonna be cohesive. Why are you wearing pants? Like if you let's say the pink one, I think she was wearing heels, the yellow one was wearing yellow boots and stuff, and I was like, oh, and if you wore like Crocs, no, but if you had like platforms, I'm like, that's a way where you all are cohesive but individuals at the same time. Okay, I'm making sure that I'm all caught up on the chat. Yeah, I think that's it for the UK. So when they didn't get a lot of points, I like did feel bad, but then I was like, listen, it kind of made sense. I'm sorry. Um, okay. What else? What else? What else? We are moving on. Oh no. Okay. You guys, do I want to talk about the winner? So I put for Austria, Wasted Love, JJ. So if you guys have been following, they won. And the notes I wrote was made my daughter cry. I was confused on the whole pointing. Yes. So it makes, okay, I was confused on the whole pointing on this year's voting. Yeah, like even like my husband was like, well, yeah, of course they would. I think what was it, San Marino? He was like, of course they would vote for Italy because like Italy is almost like the big brother to them. Like there were certain elements to it where it was like, oh, okay, as far as that, or as far as like stuff going on with the wars, like it's a lot where it's like the voting isn't political, but it's absolutely political in a way. Okay. Yeah, so with Austria, I put made my daughter cry. Oh gosh, guys. Okay. And how Malta and Finland on places. Yes. Okay, hold on. I'm making sure to read. Did you like the way each country was introduced? Okay, the different jobs they had to do was pretty hilarious. Yes. Okay, actually, that was pretty funny. So if you don't know, they have my favorite was 2020 when they did the thing with the rooms because, people were I almost said locked up. I mean, yeah, lockdown. I thought that was really cool visual, and then they would put elements in the room representing the performer coming out, which I enjoyed. So this, I just thought it was funny because I just felt like it kept I'm so sorry. I felt like it kept getting worse because because it was like first it was like, okay, Spain had chocolate. I was like, of course Spain is trying out chocolate. Like that was hot. And then I was like, wow, everyone's eating. And then it turned into like transportation. And I was like, oh, are they like working? Like it started, instead of being like, wow, this is like culture I really enjoyed, it started just turning into me being like, are they putting them to work? The one that made, I forgot what it was, it made me laugh, but someone traveled somewhere to look at sculptures being made. And then when they were performing, it looked like one of the sculptures was part of the set. And we were like, wow, did they just bring it along with them? So, yeah, as far as the introductions, I just felt like it kept getting more and more unhinged, and I was like, what's happening? I did enjoy it though. Okay. Wow, we really just don't care about. I mean, did anyone like Austria's? I didn't. I was just like, and it could be because it made my daughter cry, and that's probably why. Ugh, out of 40 points, are we ready for this? Out of 40 points, they received 9. So when Austria won, I was like, are you serious? Like, is there something I just missed? It just wasn't it for me. It wasn't it for me. Um, yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna leave it at that and just move on. Also, I have a question because I'm used to whenever there's a winner and it's like, oh, okay, they redo the whole set and everything, right? But then when JJ won, they just performed with the trophy, and I was like, wait a minute, no, 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 no. Like, you have to do the full performance again. Like, you don't get to just sing. I'm such a snob. I was like, wait a minute, what happened? Like, did I miss something? Does this usually happen in Eurovision? Like, sometimes they don't have to do their full performance. They could just sing the song while holding their trophy. I don't know. It did make me go, no, no. I think it wasn't it a ship. I'm like, go back on the ship and perform for us. Thank you. But yeah, so yeah, Austria for me got 9 points. So I was disappointed. I was absolutely disappointed. Um, let's see. Okay. Okay. Made my daughter cry again. Iceland. Okay. Here's the thing. I was so judgy. And I even wrote it, I put judgy. So like seeing the look, I was like, oh gosh, here we go. Some kids, like, yeah, yeah, whatever. And I kid you not, within like 1.3 seconds, all of a sudden, I was like, like I thought the song was so fun. It gave me Pitbull vibes, which I don't care what you say. Like, get on a treadmill, put on Pitbull, and you'll be like, dale, like a fireball. Like you, you can't just like stay still. And that's how I felt about Iceland. So the fact that they didn't get a lot of points like from the people, I was like, "Ugh, Iceland, like don't give up. Like I really enjoyed you." Let's see, Iceland. Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna. Is it? Yes, it is. Iceland was one of my top three. It was third place of my top three, and it was 32 points. I gave them 32 points, and I was so judgy. And then they received like one of my top scores. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now I'm not gonna. Okay, by the way, if you're like asking me about certain countries, this is when like you could see the gap. Sorry, you could see the gap where I was like, I'm over it, like with whatever. I just was kind of letting it happen. Let's see, C'est la vie, Netherlands. I was like, is he singing about his mom? Is he singing about like, it was just like, let's see, I'm just gonna read to see if I even remember. Finland, I don't even remember. I know that because someone asked me about Finland, what did I do? Finland received 19 points from me, which isn't so bad. But yeah, I just don't remember. Like, it wasn't memorable. Let's see, Italy. Even Italy, like, I remember their look. You know what? In their interview and when they were talking, I was like, they're really cool and they're very calm. So it's like, I'm not hating on that group. But I just was, I think their music is pretty good for like just chilling in a bar, like, where it's like calm and stuff. But it wasn't something where I was like, for me, if I'm like, yeah, I want to go and see them, like, I love them. Like, it wasn't that. But if they so happened to play at a cafe and I was around, I would probably enjoy them, where I was like, oh, this is good, but I can continue my conversation with whoever I'm hanging out with. Why am I posing? Okay. Da, 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 da. Okay, I'm going to skip ahead. Switzerland. That song was beautiful. I thought I just wrote love the song. I put a heart. That song, I just listen. I probably would have that probably would have been my top performance. But I think where I graded low for her was the fact for outfit snatched, which to me wasn't a big deal. But yeah, because even if I look, oh, the song is called Voyage and beautiful, beautiful. I recommend it. So I put Bopability 6 because again, this is a ballad, but I felt myself swaying and I was just and it gave me the feels. So that was 10 feels. Yep, I was like boop. Um, Outfits, I put 5. 5 to me is it's average. Like it's fine. But if there was something like they made it more elevate. Also, they didn't really zoom out of the outfit, and then it just it wasn't much. So I think like if they did something, it would have been gone higher. And I put flawless performance. I put 10. I put 10. I just thought it was so so that got 31 out of 40. So I was so sad when she didn't get a lot of votes from the people, and I was like, but why? Like, am I missing something? Because I thought she was so good. Okay, so then moving on to, wow, we are moving fast because it just shows. Okay, so we are going to France. We're going to France. Oh my gosh. I put sand dance, change outfit, meh, is what I put. Let's see, 24, they got 14 points from me. I think what it is, like when they were getting a lot of points from the different countries, I was like, I don't understand. Here it is. So the concept is kind of cool, but then it was like it wasn't, I think it wasn't like thought out full out. Because it's like I wanted. Okay, here's like a quick fix. For example, I did not like that she was wearing black while the sand was like this light brown color. So to me, I was like, I would have probably preferred her to be in white if they wanted to do that versus black, because I wasn't enjoying the black and brown essentially, or black and beige, you know? It's like, we'll put her in more of an earthy color then, or put her in some sort of, I just did not want black. I hope that makes sense. I just thought it didn't look good, so then I was distracted. Um, yeah, that and the song was like fine, and then it was cool when the sand was spot. But here's the thing: if I'm more interested in the set and the prop, it doesn't mean much about you. And like I do think, oh my gosh, like you know what it is? Sometimes I kind of hear the echo of my voice and I think to myself, am I mean? Like, and I don't mean to be mean. I'm trying to give constructive criticism. So, okay, Carolyn, as a big sister, I probably would have said, hey, I'm paying attention more to the set than you. And that's a problem because I want to pay attention to you. So let's look first. We're going to start surface level. I'm going to look at your costume. I'm going to look at this. And then I'm going to look at your performance along with the sand, right? Like, how do I make this, more about you than about that set? That is my notes. Um, and then, oh gosh, and I didn't write any notes. Okay, Albania was the last performance, and they also were my top. I put 33 notes. Okay, I have to look up Albania because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot. Oh no, hold on. Oh wait. Oh, someone said okay, sorry. Someone was like, you froze. And I was like, I did? Okay, hold on. I'm looking up. Okay, I just need a visual because this was only 2 days ago and I'm already like, I don't remember. Okay, Eurovision, Albania. Nope. Okay, let's go here and look. Eurovision, Albania. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. What to me, okay, this is a great example of someone who wears an outfit and it's like, yep, that makes sense for you. What a theatrical performance that was. Okay. That, even the guy and his glorious nose, like I was like, yes. And like, I loved that one. But you know what? It's probably because, okay, here's the thing. I love comedy. I love like I love theater. I love like people who understand the intention of their song and then what is it Patti LuPone says where she goes, "They brought me in. I was leaning towards the stage," and oh, I have notes back here. Oh, I have two notes about this show in general. Okay, so the first one says host outfits. Here's the thing that I said earlier. It's like, okay, so you are three individuals and you're hosting. And so, what I like to see again is the Spice Girls thing where it's like you're all, oh my gosh, I see your comment. I'm going to be reading your comments. It's like, you're all like, you're not the one that's featured, okay, in Eurovision, right? But it's a big deal. You're a host. And the thing is like, I want them to have their individuality, but somehow be cohesive. And it was like, one was a solid pink in the beginning, which was cool. And then the other one was like crazy colors, but had that pink in it. And I was like, yes. And then the girl in the middle was like beige. And I was like, what are you doing? Like and then it was like when they had their outfit change, I was like, oh right, that red with the swoop on the shoulder. I was like, ooh, and then it was another colorful outfit, and I was like, okay, that's your thing, like cool. And then it showed that middle girl again, like walking around, and it was like another glittery beige outfit. I was like, what happened? But yeah, I just felt like the host should be talked to about like the looks and make it a bit cohesive, and then also whatever because listen, Eurovision has colors and stuff. Oh my gosh, someone, my husband did, he said the same thing, but oh my gosh, he didn't say Adam Levine, he said Adam Lambert, and I went, do you know Adam Lambert? And it was because he watched one of my episodes. And then he goes, I was talking about the Mick Jagger guy. And I was like, you mean Adam Levine? Okay, I'm back. Let's read some of the comment. Oh, my. I just realized something. Okay, Malta. Okay, how Malta and Finland. Okay. Uh-huh. I'm sorry, I'm reading some of the comments. It's making me giggle. Armenian Adam Levine was jokes. Okay, so as far as Malta and Finland, so let me look on my points. Okay, so I think I said Finland. Finland for me was 19 points, right? Yes. And then Malta, why do I just got thirsty. I was like, oh, like a chocolate shake sounds so good, like a good malt. Okay, sorry. Malta. Oh, okay. Serving number 20 on here. It got 15 points. Now I'll need, let me see if I can remember based on visuals. Okay. Oh, okay. So Malta was a good example of someone that I felt like was putting on costumes, but they weren't committed to it. It was like, it's one of those, oh my gosh, and the bouncy balls, like, the exercise balls? Real, this is what I mean, where it's like, okay, here's the thing. Sometimes you need to ask yourself, are you doing all of this because you want to distract me from seeing from seeing the fact that maybe you're not that great? And I felt like that's what happened. Like, to me, it's like, just throw in a rubber chicken too, you know? Like, it gets to, like, to me, this isn't, camp or anything like that. It just feels, it felt messy. And let me tell you, I was excited about this one. I was like, yes, girl, I'm ready to cheer you on. There was another outfit reveal, and then it was just like, it felt like her commitment to the song and everything was going, meh. And that's what happened to me. I was like, okay, let's see the visuals on Finland now. Okay. Finland. This was another example of someone where I was like, okay, I'm excited to see. Okay, that leather outfit, um, I did not like it. Someone that was there said it perfectly. She goes like, how was she able to wear this leather outfit but still look like she's wearing a diaper? Because instead of it accentuating her curves and stuff, the design closer to her bottom was more boxy. And it didn't, like, to me, I was like, she has gorgeous curves. So the fact that they were like, let's put a box on the bottom, I was like, why'd you do that? Because it looked kind of silly. And then I just felt like, again, this is another example of someone that I felt like was like dressing up, but they weren't truly embracing like what they were bringing to the, like, it didn't fit them. And so that's why I'm like, why does it not fit you? It's a costume versus like it's a brand. I don't know if that even makes sense. It's definitely something that I think is more like something I made up. But yeah. Okay. Okay, and then I think there's one last note on here, and then that's it as far as my Eurovision stuff. Okay, so, oh, so it says here, so my last note as far as Eurovision, I appreciate that it's live singing. And that is something that I think is really cool because I don't know about you, darlings. I'm so over the auto tune when we don't have to auto tune, and I also appreciate like some imperfections when I hear someone's voice, because to me, sometimes you could be a great vocalist. Not that I'm saying people should be. Actually, what's his face at the Albania, that guy, like, he wasn't singing, he was talking. To me, that's a great vocalist. And yeah, so that is something I truly do appreciate about Eurovision, is the fact that they do not auto tune. It is live singing. So to me, I'm like, I love this. I love a good live performance. Anyways, darlings, oh my gosh, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget, if you do enjoy these lives, let me know, like the video, because then I'll come back. That sounded like a threat. It's not a threat. It's a promise. And yeah, goes without saying, but Austria was incredible. Okay, you weren't here earlier. I did not like Austria. I put Austria 9 points out of 40 on my thing. And to be fair, seeing my notes writing, it did say that it made my daughter cry. So I probably was upset because of that. I'm like, you made my daughter cry. How dare you? You can't win your Eurovision. But oh wait, okay, my bad. I was about to leave, but then I realized something. What did you guys think about Nemo's performance? Um, I'll start. I was like, what is happening? First off, that outfit, I did not like the wig. The wig was not it for me, but the outfit, I was like, whoa, this makes me think of the chorus people in Death Becomes Her. And I was like, I was absolutely jealous of that body. It looked so good. Like, I did a workout today, hence I kind of look like this, but I was like, wow, gorgeous. And then the performance happened, and I was like, maybe this just isn't my artist. It's not my, like taste in music that I go towards. But then again, to be fair, I think maybe my taste in music is questionable. And I think that's fair. But yes, anyone, Nemo. I also don't think that I was like, I don't think Nemo was on the top of my list for last year. But that's okay. Like, it is what it is. Just like I feel like it's going to happen this time, where it's like JJ comes to perform and I have amnesia and have no idea and go, oh, okay. Anyways, like, okay, so no one's really saying anything as far as the performances. At least I'm not seeing it. So, on this note, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Any last notes I want to say here? Okay, so I am going to do an episode on um, what musical one? It's on my post, and you get to vote on which musicals that we get to do. And the post, oh yeah, meet me in St. Louis. So I think I'm gonna have an episode go up on Friday, so we could talk about that musical. And I guess I'm trying to think like, oh, what should I put in the post for those to vote on, as far as like what is the next musical we talk about? Um, but yeah, like I think I have an idea, so I should just like go with my heart and gut and go for it. But listen, please, like, don't be shy. You can always send me like musical performances. You're like, I think this would be really interesting to talk about, different musicals to talk about. And yeah, okay. So without further ado, thank you so much for hanging out with me during this hour. And yeah, I guess that's my exit. I'll see you next time, okay? Take care, darling. Now is the part where we do like the most awkward exit, because I'm like, how do I leave? There's literally an X on the corner. Wow.